Well, good afternoon. It's Memorial Day, and I just finished watching a movie. And of course, this is a knee-jerk reaction video. It's a knee-jerk because I just watched the movie, and I'm giving you my review um, just within minutes of finishing the movie. Um, this is one of those movies. It's called Skins, and it's on Netflix. It's one of those movies where when it gets done and it's finished and the end credits are rolling, you sit back and you think, what the hell did I just watch? And it made me want to watch it again. And to tell you the truth, if a movie does that, to me, it's totally succeeded. And I'm going to give this film a high rating. But let me tell you about the film. I'm trying not to give spoilers, and I've said this in all my reviews. I'll try not to, but I may give spoilers, so beware. But this movie is a real genre-bending movie. I wanted to say it's unlike any movie I've ever seen before, but I've seen like Eraserhead and Rocky Horror Picture Show. These are movies that when someone watches them for the first time, they think, what the hell was that? And that's what I thought on this movie. And Skins is about, it's about these people who are horribly deformed and how they get through life, and it's kind of it's a slice of life. It takes place over the course of, I don't know, it seems like just a few days. But and then one of the things I really love about the movie is it's one of those movies that starts out with all these different scenes, and as the movie progresses, you see how these people, how their lives cross, and I just love that. It's like, if you've ever, and I'm not talking about the series, but if you ever read the book, Dirk Gently's Holistic Detective Agency, it's just like that. There's all these characters and all these scenes, and as it progresses, they cross, and you're wondering, oh, how does this person relate to this person? And later on, you're like, oh, that person was this person, and I just love that. It was like, and this was really well done in that respect. Starts out, you know, the very first scene is a guy in a brothel looking for a little kid because he's having a kid of his own and he has these urges. He's afraid he's going to hurt his own kid. But so he goes to this brothel that caters with kids, and that first scene is just bizarre, and you're like, oh, okay, what kind of subject matter am I watching here? But you know, at the very beginning, the madam of the brothel, and you got to see her to believe her. But she makes a statement that there's going to be suffering in the world, and people are going to suffer, but some people are born to suffer. And if the people who are born to suffer don't suffer, then regular people suffer. So the people who are born to suffer might as well suffer to protect the people who weren't born to suffer. And that's kind of a really deep statement. And you know, she kind of believes this, and you believe that she believes this. So she's telling this guy, you know, that if he comes to the brothel, he's going to make one kid suffer so that the other kid doesn't suffer. And the kid that's suffering was meant to suffer. And it's kind of a bold statement, and it sets the tone for the whole movie. And it's not anything I particularly believe in, but it sets the tone for this movie, and the movie is like really well shot. It's almost oh, I can't think of his name offhand. Anyway, it's very well shot. Everything is like perfectly framed. There's lots of color in the movie. You know, whenever one character is the central character, it's like all purple, and then when this other character is the central character, it's all pink, and there's these colors associated. And I'm telling you, I just finished a movie and I spot, these are the kind of things you don't notice until someone tells you, or you don't notice until, you read a review on it. But yeah, it's really well shot, and there's these colors and everything. And then when they start to mix towards the middle and towards the end, they bring it together. And it's, again, it's a bizarre movie. It's not a movie. Well, first of all, it's subtitled. It's Spanish, so if you don't speak Spanish, you're gonna have to watch subtitles. So it's a movie you got to pay attention to, and I think that not that I like subtitles, but I think it kind of, because you have to pay attention to it, you're going to be drawn into it. And boy, was I drawn into it. um, but like the deformity, like there's this girl with no eyes, and I mean, she literally has no eyelids, no eyelashes. It's just skin, like from her eyebrows down her face. There's no eye sockets or nothing. And there's, a morbidly obese woman. There's a woman who they said what she has over and over again, but she's a little person. A woman. Uh, there's just so many of these deformities, and how they get through life and how their lives intermingle, and like it. There were some moments where I was watching and it's just like, whoa, that's why that happened, and whoa, that was so cool that tied into that, and just having all these things just made this movie really worthwhile. It made it just seem like a work of art. And don't watch this movie. I mean, sometimes I'll watch a movie because someone I like is in it. There might be a Keira Knightley movie or something, and I want to watch it just for eye candy. Don't think that with this movie. In fact, there was a lot of moments I'm like, I'm so glad I'm not eating while I'm watching this, because it was just, it's beautiful in its way, but how do I explain this without sounding horrible? But it's beautiful that these people come together, but it was really hard to watch. And watching it with subtitles, like you have to keep your eyes on the screen, but just the intertwining of all these stories. The woman who was short in stature was a beloved children's character, and making these shows, and her problem was she didn't want to be known just for being short enough to fit in the suit. And this other woman is dating a guy who, that's kind of his fetish. Excuse me. This woman had tumors on her face, and his fetish was being with a deformed person. And she made the statement, and this is like the deep contrasting statement to the earlier one, where she was like, you only love me for my face. And usually you only hear this when a guy dates a supermodel or someone who's absolutely gorgeous and they don't get to know the woman. But here's a guy, and because you're taken by surprise, you listen to the message better. And she's like, you're only dating me for my face. You never got to know the real me. And this guy is swearing he's in love with her. And she's like, you never got to know the real me. And she makes a statement that skins can change. You can change your skin, but you can't change who you are. And if you don't fall in love with who you are, it's not real. It's not, you're falling in love with the skin. And it was very deep and very, it contrasted the first scene where, the woman talks about suffering and people meant to suffer. And so this whole movie, you think you're watching these people who are meant to suffer. The girl with no eyes. There's a girl, I don't even know how to explain this, but it's like her body is reversed, so she has an anus where her mouth should be, and her mouth is where her anus should be. So, and she actually eats opposite. And it's like, oh boy, how do I explain it? So it's like these people coming to terms with, hey, I got to be happy with myself before I can be happy with someone else. And just the intermingling of all these characters. And there's a guy who's like really badly burned, his skin is all burned off, and he is dating the woman with the tumors, and they think they're meant for each other because they're accepting each other for who they are. And then he makes a statement that he wants to get skin grafts and have his face replaced. And this woman is like, okay, so you're not happy with who you are. It gives you hope for humanity. It's one of those movies that just make you think, wow, this is deep stuff. This is what people should be thinking. And I really felt that. It really moved me. And like I said, I just finished watching the movie, and I'm sitting here still with these images in my head thinking, this movie really moved me. These people are, according, and I'm not saying this in real life, but according to the movie, they're the lowest tier of humanity. They're, this prostitute was just, yeah, I don't know how to explain it, but they're just considered. But then they rise up. They rise up and they find life, and they're not worried about what they look like. They rise up and find life the way they are, and it's just it succeeded in every possible way. I just I really love this movie. Like I said, if a movie does this and it makes me feel this way, it makes me think, what the hell did I just watch? And I want to watch it again all of a sudden. And maybe on a second viewing, I'm going to pick up more, because I could tell just in watching. And I'm the type of person that, like, some people watch the movie, but I'm always watching the background and watching for Easter eggs and stuff. And I could just tell, there's, this kid's character that shows up in different parts and different scenes, and the color motifs, and just the way the characters intermingle. And I was blown away. And I'm not going to give away a spoiler, but there's this kid with what they call it, body identity syndrome. He believed that his legs were not his own legs, and he wanted his legs amputated. And just the revelation at the end of the movie on why that was, just was like, whoa. So yeah, I'm gonna give this movie full ratings. I don't know if you ever watch any of my reviews. I don't think anybody has, but I don't have a rating system, so I give it I'll give it 5 thumbs up on one hand in honor of the movie. 100 stars out of 100. It's again, I wouldn't watch this movie if I was eating. It would have totally put me off eating. I don't know if I would have brought a date to this movie. This is a movie you want to watch with your philosophy buddies, or somebody you're close to that, I don't know, that you want to give hope to. Again, it's subtitled, so be prepared for that, unless you happen to speak Spanish. It was made in Spain, I believe. Excuse me. But great movie. It's called Skins. It's on Netflix now. If it ever goes away from Netflix, look it up. Just a movie that I watched this Japanese movie called Strange Circus, and I still think Strange Circus is one of the most bizarre movies I've ever seen. And it's right up there, Strange Circus, Eraserhead, Somewhere in There's Rocky Horror Picture Show. But Strange Circus was the most bizarre movie, and I loved it. I totally recommend it. It's a I can't remember if it was Japanese or Chinese, but it just had everything you could think of thrown into one movie, and it was just bizarre, about a kid who's locked in a cello case, and there's cutouts for his eyes, so he has to watch his parents have sex on his bed, and about his whole life after that. So you can just imagine how bizarre that was. But this movie made me feel the same way. It was just like this revelation and how this person ties into this person, and then how they find each other and how they find the meaning of their lives, and how the one guy learns his lesson and meets this other person, and oh man, excuse me, and how the father comes back. It's just like, whoa. And these characters they're not just caricatures. You feel for them, you feel their life, and you feel just like, and I never considered myself a good looking person at all, and I rarely date, and just watching this movie just gave me hope. It was a beautiful, beautiful movie. Just again, highly recommended. Skins on Netflix. I need to wrap this up. Go watch it. Watch it. Of course, it's Memorial Day, so I watched it during the day. But I mean, it's not a horror movie. It's not a comedy, although there were some funny moments. It's just a movie that will make you think, and it will make you feel. And I think God, that a movie that can make you feel succeeds. And this movie succeeded. Skins on Netflix. I'm going to wrap this up. This is Starthinker. My name is Randy Pischel. You can look for my books on Amazon, and I'm done a ton of reviews now, more reviews than I care to think about. But yeah, Skins, Netflix, watch it. Definitely watch this movie, and I'm tearing up right now. So yeah, it'll make you feel. It's a good movie.